It's really important to stay hydrated. They say to drink 8 to 10 cups of water per day to stay properly hydrated, but sometimes that can be difficult to do and completely inconvenient, and most of us don't feel like carrying a gallon of water with us at all times. But that's where Liquid IV comes in. Liquid IV is the category-winning hydration brand fueling your well-being, and their hydration multiplier is the one product you're missing in your daily routine. In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Use it first thing in the morning, before a workout, when you feel run down, after a long night out, or on long flights. Man, in Iowa, the summers can be brutal. 90 degrees and tons of humidity, and that just saps the energy and water right out of your system within just a few minutes. Luckily, Liquid IV hydrates 2 times faster than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. It's very important to replace those electrolytes, you know? And I just love how quick and easy it is to use Liquid IV. You just get one packet and a bottle of water, and you just pour that packet into the bottle of water, shake the heck out of it, and bam, you are good to go. Since using Liquid IV, I've felt way more alert, active, and just plain better versus drinking water alone. My favorite flavors to go to are the Yuzu Pineapple Energy Multiplier and the Tropical Punch Hydration Multiplier. I can't get enough of those ones. And what makes them even better is, like I mentioned earlier, they're packed with 5 essential vitamins like B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C. And again, 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. And they're non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy, which is just great. So you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code SUPERPODSAGA at checkout. That's 20% off anything when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code SUPERPODSAGA, SUPERPODSAGA at liquidiv.com. You have a great one, superstars.
Hello there, superstars. His name is Aaron, and he's blue dabba dee dabba die.
And his name's Tommy, and his mic is fucking dead.
It is, and you're listening to the Superpod Saga.
That was a good one.
That is a good one. Oh man, that's a good one.
I was talking about yours. Yours is way better.
No. Stop it. Yours is good too. Okay. That's right.
Yes, that intro was pretty fly.
Thank you. And the continuation of this intro is, yes, you are listening to the Superpod Saga. That is the podcast you are listening to. Of all the podcasts out there, this is one of them. If you're a first-time listener, this is the podcast where Aaron and I bring a different video game topic to the table, and we talk about it. And guest. We often have guests. You won't believe it, but we have a guest today too. And we just talk about the games that we want to talk about, and that is the entirety of the show.
Perfect. Right? Beautiful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Our guest today, his name is Christopher from the What the Fuck Do You Want podcast. Hi, Christopher.
Well, hello. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us about yourself? Tell us about your show. What video games do you like?
Oh, well, this is going to be complicated. It may take a while. Oh.
Yes.
Well, I am from What the Fuck Do You Want, where I ask people, what the fuck do you want? And they tell me for half an hour.
Nice.
And games, I love games. I love all types of games. I like the ones with controllers.
Mm-hmm.
Vibration, optional. Sound, always. RPGs, possibly platformers. I like them too. Beat 'em ups, ooh, tasty. But this could go on.
Same. I feel that.
So you're not much of a Kinect man then.
I love Kinect. How dare you? I've got a Kinect tattoo. If you had the webcam on, you could see it. I'm naked at the moment.
But that doesn't use a
at me.
controller.
I love Kinect.
Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have presumed. That's on me.
Kinect is a method of control.
You're right.
Control is a state of being.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not today's topic.
No. What is today's topic, Aaron? Well, wait. First, we're not there yet. Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Did I jump the gun?
You did, but it was great. You got the transitions down just a bit early. Where can people find the podcast, or if you have social medias, where can they find that as well?
Well, sadly, they don't let me call What the Fuck Do You Want the podcast, so I had to make an acronym out of it. WTFDYW.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Sometimes question mark, sometimes exclamation mark. I really should have ironed that out before I started, but I'm only 2 years old. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah,
just learning to walk, learning to talk.
Babble.
Talk pretty good for a 2-year-old.
Yeah, it's the accent. It makes me sound older.
Our podcast name is kind of the same thing too, because like for the longest time it was 3 separate words, Super Pod Saga, but we just I think it was just
His
me.
name's not actually Aaron. It's Aaron.
Yeah. It's Eric with a C.
The N is pronounced like a C.
Yeah, you didn't notice the accent, Mark?
Where can people find us, Aaron, on the internet?
You can go to superpodsaga.com, find all our previous episodes, our blog, because we do be writing stuff, and our support page, because we do need money and stuff. And you can leave us a review on the website too, because that'd be cool, because we do be podcasting. Superpodsaga.com.
We have a Patreon, and I swear every single person who gives us money on Patreon is super hot, like unreasonably hot.
That's true. I've talked to all 3 of them, but I've met one of them in real life, and he's pretty hot.
Yeah, you too can be hot if you give us money on Patreon.
How much does it cost to be hot? I've always wondered.
$2.
Ooh.
$2 to $4.
Yep. But Chris is pretty hot in the in our Discord server though. He's always chatting us up, especially with the with music and stuff, and just being my evil clone.
Yeah.
I thought you were the evil one.
That's him.
Yeah, that's him.
That's I.
I barely go onto the Discord because it scares me, and then the one time I go on, I'm like, "Why is Aaron talking like this?" I'm so.
Oh, it's awesome! I love it.
Sense.
It's just gone on too long now.
We left the Discord again. I was like, "Nope, not for me."
I can't switch out now. It's like a game of chicken. I can't lose.
Yeah, exactly.
If I go back to Deadbeat Punk, I've blinked. I've lost.
Oh man, speaking of staring contests, what's our topic today, Aaron?
It's our topic today is weird video games, those real goofy, unique ones that just do weird, stupid shit, and I love that. I love those.
Yes, video games are like the best place for weird stuff because you're actually controlling it. You know, you get to do the weird.
Yeah, weird movies are good, but sometimes they don't have that same level of immersion, I guess.
Well, when you bring up movies, games have kind of outgrown them a little bit now.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, and they're starting to emulate that Hollywood formula a little bit, where we get horrible cookie cutter sequels that are all the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Ragnarok.
It's frustrating.
Yeah,
it's frustrating.
I was gonna say Fast and the Furious. They keep kind of like amping up it a little bit. I'll be like, okay, so there's cars, but now they're in space, and then it's like, well, fuck, where do we go from space? Like, are they going to drive into the sun?
I love it.
So much ray tracing we can put in Vin Diesel's head.
the third Fast and the Furious was like, what if we went to Tokyo? That's their big twist, and now it's gone so far that they're like, yeah, in space and craziness.
Dude, yeah, they did actually launch a rocket in space. It was it was a rocket car. My bad. It was Ludacris and like some other guy, and they launched a car into space.
There's no one I would trust going into space more than Ludacris.
He'd be like, "What?" Or no, that's Little John. Fuck. Oh,
yeah, that's the wrong person.
I've lost all credibility. I quit.
Just cut it out. Just cut that out.
The power of editing.
No, that's staying in. I don't give a fuck what people say.
Woo. Oh yeah, start off, Aaron. Tell us about a weird game.
Okay. Oh man, there's a lot of really good ones I'd written down. The first one is one that I bet fucking nobody has heard of, and that's great. It's Gaijin Charenji, Kiss or Kill.
Ha, you're right.
It's on Xbox and Steam, and it's this little. I guess it starts off as like a twin stick shooter, and you can switch between kissing or killing. So like if you. Oh yeah,
we all have that little toggle in our brains.
Seriously, mine's been set on kiss for ever.
And so if you're in kiss mode, your range is shorter, but if you hit enemies, they'll become allies. Like they'll just stop chasing you and stop trying to kill you. But then if you go into kill mode, of course you have longer range, and when you hit an enemy, of course you murder them. And the more people you kill, though, like the more your like morality or karma or whatever goes up, and like the game starts to like freak out more the more people you've killed in a certain level, and you can even there's like little obstacles like saw blades and shit like that. You can destroy all the obstacles and shit too, just make the game so much easier. But as the game like freaks out more and more, like the screen will glitch, or like do you remember watching a movie on like a VCR where you had to like adjust the tracking so it lines up and stuff?
Of course.
Like every so often it'll kind of do that too, where it'll be like adjusting itself and shit. And it's the weirdest thing. And then there's there's this screen on like the top right, like a little picture-in-picture kind of thing. But it's this dude with like a mask on, and he's got like his hood up, and he's at his desk. He's just typing away on his little computer, his like 1996 computer, and every so often he'll look at over at the camera or something, and then turn back, or he'll like freak out and like knock all the stuff off his desk, or flip over his desk, or just like grab the camera that he's looking at and just like shake it and shit. And it's just the weirdest fucking game. And
Is the man in the corner like related to anything in the game, or is he just there?
No, he's related to a good bunch of the game. And
okay.
I mean, if I don't want to spoil it for anybody that listens to us and does want to play, it's only like $6. And
I was just looking at it on Steam. Some of these reviews are great.
Yeah, Steam reviews are the best. And
I quote, Undertale, but good.
I can't even begin to touch the surface of all the just absurd shit in this game. It's like Pony Island if it was a twin stick shooter, but even weirder too, because there's like no, okay, I don't want to talk about that. Okay.
I completely forgot that you started it with a twin stick shooter. That man, I can't even picture that in my head. Hey, want to hear about a weird game that I want to talk about?
No.
Yes.
That's literally everyone who listens to the podcast. No.
You set this one out. We've got it.
This episode ends.
Oh, I see what he was doing. He was trying to tell me the name of the game. He was starting it off because the game I want to talk about is No One Can Stop Mr. Domino.
I had this on my list. Yes.
This is Aaron's fault, everyone, that I had to play this game for, 10, 15 minutes?
But you had fun. It was a fun game.
I eventually had fun once I got past whatever the heck it was. So, No One Can Stop Mr. Domino is a PlayStation game from 1998, and you play as Mr. Domino. So it's levels, and like each level is a track it's a loop that goes around, kind of like Loop Hero almost, I guess. Mm-hmm. And your character just automatically goes, he automatically runs. And there's obstacles, and you can poop out dominoes as you're running. You can hit a button, and a domino just drops out behind you. And you have a set number of dominoes that you poop out. And it doesn't explain anything. So for a long time, I was just running around pooping dominoes, and then it was like, time's up. And I'm like, okay, I don't understand what's happening at all. And what you have to do is there are 5 spots around the track where you need to poop out a domino, and then on your second lap or later, you need to knock the domino over so it lands on the spot, which causes something in the background to happen, like a bunch of blocks fall over, or a marble rolls somewhere else. And that's it. That's how you beat the level, is by hitting the 5 buttons on the track. But there's a scoring element, so if you poop out a bunch of dominoes in a long line that connects from each dot to each obstacle, and you string them all together, you get more points. And that's a video game. That someone made that. They were like, "This is a good idea. Let's."
Well, this would have been like an endless runner before they became popular in mobile.
Yeah, exactly. And it's ahead of its time. It's revolutionary.
One of a kind. Yes, you're right.
Yes. But it's got a huge Japanese vibe because it was made by Japanese people, so I guess that makes sense. But like it's got a lot, it almost has like a Katamari Damacy vibe with the just stuff popping out like cats and people's bento boxes and stuff, and it's just a really weird game that I don't know why it exists.
And this is another one. A surprising amount of people seem to own this too, especially over here.
What,
the
really?
UK. Like a lot of people had this. I think I've talked about this one before, actually.
That's crazy. Like
kidding?
I didn't find out about this game until I was just watching like a video on YouTube about like PS1 hidden gems, and this was on there. I'd never heard of it until now, but that's cool. Yeah, it's fun. I think it's cool.
We missed out. I was playing Crash Bandicoot when I should have been playing No One Can Stop Mr. Domino.
Loser.
God damn it, Tommy.
What about you, Christopher? What's your first one?
Well, I was going to break in gently because I wanted to stay away from adult games and Steam or anything that was a bit too niche. Not that kissing or killing people, there's nothing wrong with that. You could do both.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to go Animal Crossing just because it's so popular at the moment. You forget how weird a game it is.
Absolutely.
You guys were lucky. You had it for the GameCube. We had to wait for it. I actually imported it from Canada. It started
Oh.
off life as an N64 game, and I remember reading about it when it was Japanese on the N64. You roll up to a town because you're on a train going nowhere, and a cat kind of recruits you, I'd say, to get trapped in Tom Nook's. I don't want to call him a pimp, but it's very much that vibe. You get trapped in his network of loans and lies and debt. But charming game apart from that. I just like the N64 GameCube one because the villagers used to be nastier. They'd get angry if you talked to them too much.
Oh my
Really?
god. Or
Yeah,
Mr.
and
Rossetti.
when you were a kid, you go, you like certain characters more than others, so you talk to them more frequently. And it's just, what? What do you want? Get out of my face. I've seen you about 20 times today. All right. It's all right.
That would make me so sad.
There's a reason they took it out. Mr. Rossetti was another one. If the game ever cut off, if there was a power cut, or if you turned it off to try and cheat the game, Mr. Rossetti would come up out of nowhere and he would rip you a new arsehole. He did not hold back.
He had like the angriest, nastiest expression on his face too. He'd like, "Hey, motherfucker, why did you turn off the fucking power without saving your fucking game?
I'm gonna crawl out of this GameCube.
You cheater!
I'm gonna find your mother. I'm gonna punch her in the face." And it's like, no, I only reset the game.
My battery died on my DS. I'm sorry.
I'm going to piss on you when you fall asleep. That's what I'm going to do. So settle, Mr. Rossetti.
Oh man, what a!
But yeah, I think it's just one of those things because it's become so popular. People just accept it as Animal Crossing, that game where you live on an island like Epstein with animals. That's perfectly normal. I was like, well, no, it's not. It's quite a weird game. And weird games is what we're here to talk about. What's the next one?
Let's go to all those weird fucking Burger King games from like
Yes!
the early 2000s. There was Big Bumping, Sneak King, and Pocket Bike Racer, all starring the Burger King, the titular Burger King. And
the characters were so strong; they really deserved their own games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there was a bunch of different characters you could pick from too. Like there was a giant chicken. There was a bunch of other stuff I don't remember at all. But Big Bumpin' was just like a bumper cars game. Sneak King, you would like sneak up on people in like the creepiest fucking ways. You would like sneak into their house and like give them a burger and shit. Could you imagine? Like this fucking like just look up the Burger King and his like weird plastic face. He's like sneaking up behind you and he's got like a fucking shiv in his other hand and he's like, hey, have a burger, buddy. Have a Whopper. And,
yeah.
And then there was
I think I'd rather have somebody steal something out of my house.
Yeah, I'd much rather rather have my throat slashed in my sleep than be force fed a Whopper.
Kiss or kill? Do you want a burger or do you want a sticking in the ribs?
Kiss or kill.
Oh man, what was the other one? Pocket Bike Racer. Yeah, it's all these dudes on these little tiny bikes, and yeah, you would just pick one when you go to a Burger King, and it's just weird. It's wild.
Sorry, I'm Wikipedia surfing as we're talking. Pocket bikes are called pocket bikes for a reason. They're small, tiny, minuscule, but small doesn't scare us, and we're putting you on one.
Because the games only cost $4 with your Burger King meal, technically the games made it to the top 10 best-selling games of 2006.
Oh my god, dude. That's so stupid.
They only cost you $4 and a possible heart attack.
Yes. Worth it. Worth every penny.
Oh my god. I'm also doing a little bit of reading from Wikipedia, and there's this part that says all the games were created in just 7 months and were considered to be of such high quality that they were pulled from Xbox Live Arcade to be sold as a box product directly in Burger King stores in North America. They had a lot of... They had pretty high hopes for these, I guess. So they were like, "Oh,
yeah,
this is the next."
Until limited run games actually print these again. I might pick them up.
Yeah, people legitimately like those games.
I
I'm not here to judge, but
whoa, wait a minute, Sneak King. Sneaking.
Yeah,
that's genius.
Yeah,
solved the mystery.
Yeah,
I can't believe I mocked this article to begin with. I feel so bad.
speaking of smushing two words together to make a new word, my next game is Jazzpunk.
Right on.
Have you guys played Jazzpunk?
I've never heard of it.
Oh my gosh,
I
you
am a
would love
Jazzpunk.
Jazzpunk. You would love Jazzpunk.
Looking it up.
It's a game from like 2014 on PC, and they eventually released it on other consoles. But it's like it's a comedy game where you play as a secret agent, an investigative man, a detective, and you get tasked with going to different places and solving mysteries. But like all of it is completely absurd. It's like the humor of Airplane, the movie Airplane, I guess is the
Oh.
closest
Well, it's
thing.
an Adult Swim game.
Yeah, it's made by they published it. Like it's just got tons and tons of stupid jokes that are great. Like you receive your mission from some guy who's talking and he's like, "Best of luck." And he like disappears behind his desk. And if you actually walk around to the desk, you just find him underneath the desk. He just under there and is hiding. Or you go to a hotel and they're like, "Oh, the elevator won't work until 5 o'clock because there's workers working on it," and you can just turn around and go to the clock and move the hour hand to make it say 5 o'clock, and then the workers come down and they go home and you can use the elevator. It's just tons of stupid jokes, and it's absurd, and it gets really weird at places, as you can imagine. Like here just the plot description: the second mission involves poisoning a cowboy to steal his artificial kidney. Stuff like
What
that.
in the fuck?
Oh, we've all been there.
Yeah, right? That's America.
Happens to the best of us.
I don't want to spoil the ending, but just as no, I won't. It gets really weird and really fun, and there's just no game like this, man. Or it's got tons of mini games. I forgot like the mini games. There's one called Wedding Quake, which is like a wedding themed version of Quake, and it actually like puts you into one of those old school boomer shooters, as the kids are calling them now. And all the weapons are wedding cake themed, and you actually do that. And there's like
Sounds like the start of High on Life.
yeah. There's a wave race clone where it's gravy. It's like gravy race.
Love
and
it.
you race around in those gravy ladle things, those pouring gravy things. It's just tons and tons and tons
Gravy
of
wave race
creativity.
sounds like you've got an awful dose of diarrhea.
This sounds just as absurd as like the Kingdom of Loathing or like West of Loathing and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's just like you have dumb fucking stupid classes like the Bean Slinger or like the Bean Sorcerer or whatever, and yeah.
Yep.
The Snake Oiler.
Oh, that's good.
What about you, Chris?
Well,
What's
we'll
your next
move
one?
on from Snake Oiler to Monkey Puncher.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I've heard of this.
Yeah, I played a lot of this. I've actually talked to myself about this game more than once, but I had to bring it up. It's a weird game. So you find yourself, you can pick either a male or female character, such as your choice, but your family's been kidnapped by the evil monkey mafia.
Oh no.
What are you going to do in that situation? You can't go up against the evil monkey mafia. So your creepy uncle comes round with a little monkey called Freddy, and you're going to train Freddy. You're going to teach it how to kick hole, and you're going to make a monkey champion that rises all the way to the top. So it's kind of like Rocky, but for a monkey. And once you get a monkey strong enough to beat up the mafia, that's exactly what you're going to do. I can tell you're captivated.
What was the name of the game
is
again?
Awesome. I love
Monkey
this.
Puncher.
Monkey Puncher. Okay.
I love this. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You
Yeah, so
posted
this
about
came out for the Game Boy Color. I poured a lot of time into this far too
This
much.
never came to America. What the heck?
Did it not?
No.
Sucks to be you. Enjoy your freedom.
There's I'm looking at some screenshots of it, and there's like a bunch where it's like a monkey in like a boxing ring or some shit, and there's one where he's fighting a dragon, or like one where he's fighting this like demon or whatever. It looks awesome.
Basically, you spend your days skipping punch bag sit-ups. You know, you physically train this monkey to get stronger. You teach it how to fight. But once you get to the boxing ring, you've no control.
I love that.
Random chance. In you go. Best of luck.
I love that. That's
Have
like
a
one of my
biscuit.
favorite things that more games need to do.
Brilliant. Of course, you get to a stage where your monkey can't get any stronger. It's hit the wall. It's too old. Its knees are buggered. What else can it do? So you need to breed it. And then you get a new monkey.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I wasn't going to bring it round the back of the shed and kill it.
That's where I thought you were going, and I was like, no,
No, not Freddy, the orange
you
monkey.
punch the monkey.
Oh, that's a euphemism. So it's got that strange Game Boy Color thing too, where you breed monkeys and it takes the two color palettes from the monkeys and kind of smushes them together, so you get some glowing nuclear combinations.
Yes. That's
And the more you breed, the stronger they get. Eventually, you will become the Grand Monkey Puncher champion and save your family if you're good enough.
that's the dream. The Grand Monkey Puncher champion.
I don't even think you get a belt, but would you really need one?
I need this. Like,
It's a great one if you can get an emulator on your phone for like lunch breaks, because on an emulator you can speed it up.
do I need
Oh
a
my
European
God.
emulator?
No, emulators are universal.
Okay. I just the screenshots I'm looking at, like someone named their monkey Beans with a Z. That's like
Yeah.
the coolest thing you could do.
Man, speaking of beans, the next weird game that I had down was the Textorcist, and it's a it's so stupid. It's a shmup, like a bullet hell shmup, but instead of like having twin sticks or anything like that or pushing a button, you like type words in order to shoot, and you play as an an exorcist, and you're battling demons, but you're like typing words like, or I guess like sentences like "we cast you out" and shit like that, and the power of Christ compels you. So you like type these sentences and words and stuff in order to cast spells.
Yes,
Or
phrases that will come in incredibly useful in the office.
and it's just such a weird game, dude. It's fun. Like, well, I guess I suck at it because I always get a few letters mixed up here and there. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. Pretty neat idea.
Well, did either of you ever play the likes of Typing of the Dead?
I've only seen it, but it looked too scary.
That was another one. Everybody seemed to have it, and your parents didn't really care because it helped you type.
Whoever the fuck came up with the idea for Typing of the Dead, I was gonna say is an absolute madman, but it's a genius. It just sounds so cool.
Yeah, that's how you teach kids to type. Gosh, I'm trying to remember. We had some of those in school where it was like a spaceship, and the faster you typed, the farther your spaceship went.
Mm-hmm.
That's gaming.
Surely you haven't forgotten about the one where what is it, the basketball one where you type a sentence or word and he's like nothing but net.
Nothing but net. Nothing but net.
How did you forget about that?
I don't know, man.
What
There's
about
to be more typing games.
What'd you, Tommy?
I want to talk about out of the park baseball. Do they have baseball where you're from, Christopher?
They do, but we ignore it.
Dang it! That's very un-American of you.
We just hate freedom. Pancakes, we spit on them.
Oh man.
Out of the park baseball. So imagine they've changed it recently. So I'm gonna talk about specifically out of the park baseball pre-2020 because this is a surprisingly long-running series. Imagine a baseball game, a sport game. If you don't know about baseball, where there's no graphics.
Sport.
There's no graphics. There's no sound. There's no sound in the game at all. There's no music. There's no sound effects. It's nothing but numbers and sheets and names. And it's like a Excel sheet of the game, basically.
Oh God.
You play as a manager. Well, you could do whatever you want, basically. But it's like the deepest, most in-depth baseball simulation you can possibly imagine. This series
got something similar with Football Manager, possibly Soccer Manager for you clowns.
I hate that we call it soccer. I'm gonna be honest. It's stupid. It's a made up word. But this series has been going since 1999. They've released one every year.
Yeah, looking at this one too on Steam as well. They want 31 of the British pound for this one.
For the Out of the Park Baseball 24.
Yeah, and it's not even Steam Deck compatible.
No.
Kiss the back end of my bollocks.
My God.
this game is so much more in depth than it has any right to be. Like
Mhm.
you can be the manager of the Sioux Falls Canaries or the Sioux City Explorers, which is the teams local to us that are independent and just guys who have day jobs where they go to work in the factory and they play baseball at night. And
Not even that.
it's
If it's like Sioux City, they're working at like Red Lobster or something. Like they're just a fucking busboy at Red
the
Lobster.
Tyson factory.
They're working at a Casey's gas station or some shit.
And it's stupid that like it's so good. I own like 3 different versions of this game because I'm a psycho who's sick for baseball, and I just sit on it at the screen all day and just like simulate games. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good signing. This guy's gonna do real good on the
Oh
team.
my fucking god.
But that is the dangerous thing about these management sims. You're playing them and then you look up, it's 4 in the
Mhm.
morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there was a management game over here. I can't recall. America wasn't big on the ZX Spectrum, was it?
Yeah,
Nope,
that sounds right.
Yeah, well, there was a management game over here called The Biz. Biz with a Z or a Z. It's
I prefer
disgusting.
Z.
Z.
I'm good either way.
Z or dead.
There's-
But this one let you manage a rock band, but it had all these
Ooh.
different outcomes because some of your members might want to take drugs, and it was up to you. If you stopped them, there'd be squares, and then their music wouldn't be as popular. But if you let them, they might die.
Squares. Oh man. I'm looking at a screenshot of this fucking game. The the Out of the Park baseball, and there's so much shit on the screen. It's like
Yeah.
it's like World of Warcraft type shit with all the different plugins and stuff. There's like
They-
what is this? There's one for oh I guess that's a player. There's shit for the
What's the
Stanford-
player's name?
Brandon Crawford.
Nice. Brandon Crawford. Tampa
That's
Bay
my
Rays.
uncle.
There's just oh my god. That
Um,
sounds like the perfect Tommy game though. I'm glad that you
It
like
is. It really
this.
is. A few years ago, they were actually bought by EA, Electronic Arts. So they're under the EA Sports brand now, and so they have graphics. You can actually watch the games happen now, if you want. I don't know why you'd want that. I'm just here
I
for the
hate
numbers.
this. Bring me back to the spreadsheet.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this was more fun when it was just spreadsheets.
That's awesome. Right
Thank
on.
you, Aaron. I knew
Yeah,
you'd like it.
Yeah, okay. How about you, Chris? What spreadsheet game do you have, Chris?
I'm going through the list to see if I had anything that kind of roughly resembled a spreadsheet, but no. I've ruined your segue. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Our segues are always like
They're
that. It's
always
all good.
trash.
Next one I was going to bring up is another one I had to import because sometimes Europe didn't get games that you got. It happened once or twice.
Mhm.
We
That's
got
fine,
Monkey
that's-
Puncher. We
Yeah.
missed out on Cubivore.
Oh, Cubivore, yes.
Yeah, love that game. For anybody that is or hasn't played it, you are a little cube that tries to eat everything. The more you eat, you may trigger a mutation, and you grow more limbs as you do so. It's a really strange game.
Yeah, and it's super expensive too. It's over here. It's like I'm pretty sure it is one of, if not the most expensive game for the GameCube. It's
Oh,
it's
I
ridiculous.
must check my parents' attic.
You're sitting on gold if you do have it still.
I'm going to buy a boat.
You get a yacht. Get your podcast logo on the side. What the fuck do you want? You're not getting on here.
I could buy the Titanic. Where did it end up?
Dredge it out and everything.
This is mine now.
Yeah, there was a system in the game where you, depending on what you ate, there's different colors. So maybe it was like Pokemon. You needed to eat fire to destroy grass. I don't know. I could never get my head around it properly. The love tunnel always tickled me. Again, like Monkey
Love
Puncher,
Tunnel.
you could only get strong enough, and then you would have to breed to make a stronger one.
Mhm.
So you hit the love tunnel, just like real life.
That's right. Punch monkeys just like real life.
Punch Monkey, Love Tunnel.
If you
God,
punch
what
enough monkeys, eventually you get into the love tunnel.
Hit the Love Tunnel.
What a perfect set of games.
Yeah, there's definitely a theme with my list.
And what is that now? Is that 3 for everybody, or is that
Yeah, 3 mice.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Is it ad break time?
I think it's ad break time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so excited. We'll be right back,
I love
everyone.
adverts.
We'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you today by our superstar patrons, a novel console, Jared and Jameson. Your generosity clearly knows no limits, and we can't thank you enough. Tommy and I will pray to your names every morning, noon, and night. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, superstars. Are you a coffee addict looking for your next big caffeine fix? Or are you just tired of all the normal boring coffee options out there now? Well, you need to check out Bones Coffee. Bones Coffee has lots of different varieties of coffee flavors. They've got things like red velvet, cookies and cream, s'mores. They've got one that's called Jamaican Me Crazy that's really good. It's like caramel vanilla rum kind of thing. But they also have just your usual, salted caramel and French vanilla and all that stuff. They even have decaf and what's called high voltage, which is just extra strength. And they've also got espresso. They've got all sorts of cool stuff. Plus, if you use coupon code SuperPodSaga at checkout, you'll get 20% off of your order. And again, that's SuperPodSaga at checkout to get 20% off. You can also follow the link in our episode description. And yeah, why not? Use that one-time coupon code. Like I said, 20% off. It's great. Just head over to bonescoffee.com. Get yourself some coffee, some cool gear like mugs or French press kits, stuff like that. Check it out. Okay, bye. Everyone wants the whitest, cleanest, brightest, pearly colored teeth. That's just an everyday thing. Everybody's brushing their teeth, trying to get the whitest teeth possible. What if I told you there was a way to get your teeth a different color? What if I told you could have green, blue, or any color of the rainbow on your teeth? Introducing Professor Tooth's teeth coloring kit. I should have written more down about this, but yeah, now we have a way for you to just slap a strip onto your teeth, let that shit soak in while you're sleeping, and kabam, you wake up the next morning, you have purple teeth. What do you think about that, Tommy?
Aaron, you're missing the best part. They've recently made some advances in the technology, and you can get the colored see-through color like they had with the 90s aesthetic. You can see through your teeth to the inside, but it's like neon purple or atomic green.
Oh my god. And you know what? I just remember they advanced it even further. There's glow in the dark. You can get like matte or like chrome finish, like pearlescent. You can
that playmat pattern with the cars and stuff.
Oh my god.
You can get that design on your teeth.
How much would it cost to get LED RGB lights in your teeth?
Fucking god.
$5,000.
Because they would also act as a form of self-defense. You would be able to blind attackers with your fantastic RGB teeth.
Say cheese, and then you smile.
Run.
You can even get your teeth flavored if you want to. Flavored teeth, like they're absolutely not edible, but they're flavored, so you can lick them and get like a little bit of pineapple or like
cinnamon molars.
And
there we go.
Yes, when you smile at someone, they'll see that your teeth, and they'll be like, "Is that cinnamon?" And you'll be like, "Yeah, cinnamon rolls." And they'll be like,
"Yeah, do you want to
taste?"
Yeah,
and then you just show your teeth out.
Lick my teeth.
You could even mix and match flavors, like vanilla and cinnamon and like something else, and you'll have like cinnamon rolls or like a banana split or something.
The alcoholic drink flavored ones are going back in the factory. They're still working on those because they've been killing too many people.
Poor Rummy Joe. How was he to know?
Oh boy. Oh yeah. Order now. You can get the entire set. You can get the teeth coloring, the lights, the glow and dark. You can get everything for one low price of just $3.99, because we need to get this shit out of the warehouse because it's highly illegal, because it's just poisoning so many people.
Get yours now.
Dr. Teeth's teeth coloring kit.
Doesn't sound like a real doctor.
And we're
Dr.
back.
Teat of nipples.
Dr. Teat.
Dr. Teat. Oh man. Yes, we are back to talk about more weird video games.
I feel personally attacked by that advert. There was no need for it.
What? No. People need that. People need it.
Oh man. Could you imagine any flavored teeth though? Like I
do not like that.
The way down.
Unless it was cottage cheese flavored, then I'd be all in.
That's
All
You'd
in.
never know if you had an infection. It just always tastes like that.
oh boy.
Your,
Okay.
your dentist would have to lick your teeth to see if it's a disease or if it's just flavoring.
Pap smear in your teeth.
He's just scraping a sample of plaque off your teeth and just like dipping his pinky and like, yep, that's
Or
gingivitis.
just stick it on a
It's
bagel here. I'll
gingivitis.
let you know.
No, I actually have.
Bagel, dude. Oh god.
No, it's actually gingivitis flavored.
Oh shit. He's wiping a freshly toasted bagel on your teeth or something.
Oh no.
Speaking of infections, my next game is Naughty Bear.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that game.
I played a pretty decent amount of this game and it
What?
sucks. it's
It's
really
just
bad.
broken.
Oh, so for those that haven't played it, it's just as the name sounds. You play as a naughty bear. You're on this island full of bears, and it's like Hitman but bears. You have to assassinate all these different bears, but you get a certain amount of points for every kill that you get, and you get more points if you scare them first, or like depending on how elaborate your kill is, or stuff like that. But you could set down like a trap and like spook them, and then they walk into their house, and then you like stab them in the back or something, or you can like just drown them in like the sink or something stupid. And then all the while too, there's this like narrator to the game who's like extra naughty, and like he's just got the highest like British accent possible, and it's everything's just so bright and colorful, and it's a wild game.
I had no idea this game got a fucking sequel.
Of course it did.
It got an expansion though. By God, it got an expansion. But not a sequel though. Yeah, no.
Oh, it did, yeah.
It got a sequel.
2012.
Yeah.
Panic in Paradise.
Anakin, yeah.
It is a download-only game and was released on October 9th, 2012 for PlayStation Network and October 10th for Xbox Live Arcade.
Oh, that was a full sequel. I thought that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool. I thought that was the expansion, but no, that's cool. I guess
36 levels.
What the fuck?
What a
Right
bad
on.
bear.
Yeah.
See, and you say Hitman, but with bears, and that's a great. That sounds awesome. How do you ruin that? Awful.
I mean, I should have said teddy bears actually, because they're all teddy bears. But,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like Care Bears, but but Agent 47.
The same publisher as Control and Death Stranding on PC.
Really?
Yep.
What the fuck? Oh, yeah, 505. Okay.
Yep. Uh-huh. That's how it works.
All right.
Speaking of cuddly things, man, Rayman Raving Rabbids on the Nintendo Wii. What a video game.
That's our show.
That's our show in a nutshell. Is segues and reading off of Wikipedia.
Fighting the furries at 11.
I think the craziest thing about Rayman Raving Rabbids is it's a mini game based game, but the main mode is single player. There's like a whole story and things where Rayman's in prison and he has to play mini games every day to get.
Why was Rayman in prison?
Why was he in prison?
Yeah.
Because the Rabbids did it. They put him in there.
Rayman has a picnic with the Glowbox kids. The picnic is interrupted when an earthquake erupts and the Glowbox kids sink into the ground while 3 Rabbids appear. Their commander, Sergey, kidnaps Rayman and throws him in an arena with angry Rabbids, several of whom are armed. So he just gets kidnapped one day.
Was that off of Wikipedia, Tommy?
Yes, it was.
Awesome. Perfect.
But yeah, it's like tons of mini games, but it's a single player game. Like there was a multiplayer party game mode, but that was like the background thing. The main thing they wanted you to do was play this in a single player capacity, these mini games with Rabbids and stuff. And at the time, no one knew what the Rabbids would become. No one knew that they would take over. But they did.
And don't you, like after you win a game, don't you win a plunger? And he uses those plungers to escape just by sticking them to the wall. Yeah.
And it used like photos of locations instead of graphics, so it like looked quote unquote realer. And as a kid, I was like, wow, these graphics are nuts. This Nintendo Wii is powerful.
This Nintendo Wii game sure looks good.
I remember there was one mini game where you were holding a psychic pig, and you had to go through a minefield, and you had to hold the Wii remote up to your ear, and then use the control stick to move around, and the pig would squeal if you were getting close to a landmine.
What the fuck?
That was fun.
Squeal, piggy.
Only if there's a mine, though. It's just a weird. I don't know.
I'm just
like,
going through the list of all the Rabbids games.
there's a ton.
Oh, there's an awful amount.
They've
Who
got
kept buying these?
they had a
They
TV
made a
show
they made a
too.
TV
Was
show.
it you,
Yeah.
Tommy?
Yeah.
What?
Did you keep buying these?
Yes, I
Why?
did. That's a
Your
great
fault.
question.
Stop
I don't know.
enabling them, Tommy.
I bought Rayman, Raving Rabbids 2.
I can give up Rabbids anytime I want.
They had their fake Guitar Hero mode, but it only had the shaking the Wii remote and shaking the nunchuck, so it was just 2 notes going up the track.
It sounds better than Wii music.
It was what was the song that they got? Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That was on there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it
I
was
remember that.
it was high pitched Rabbids singing it though.
Awesome. Yep.
I thought you were going to
Perfect.
start singing there, but sure.
No,
whatever.
no, I'm too afraid to sing in public.
They want
It's
to have
private.
fun.
This is a little conversation between us.
I know, but people will be listening to it.
Girls just
They'll
want
judge
to
me.
have fun. Do, 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 do. I got you, Tommy. Don't worry.
Thank you, Aaron.
You're welcome.
That's passion. That's what podcasting's all about.
That's podcasting.
We gave each other one of those like sweet, like muscly four-armed, like sweaty man like handshakes. Or I guess
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
that
one of
meme
those
where they,
ones
like,
you can hear more than you can feel.
it just reverberates throughout the entire universe.
Meaty.
Oh boy, wow! What meaty game do you have on your list?
I
Mr.
actually have a
Christopher?
meaty game.
Yes.
It works. Meat. You need that for survival. And in survival, kids, well, that's the aim of the game. So this is another Game Boy Color one. You could say I'm obsessed with the console. It was the best one ever made.
Oh, can I guess what the game is?
Well, I just said the name.
Oh, Survival Kids.
So
Okay,
you,
damn
you
it.
can guess. Well,
I didn't get
No,
that.
Stranded
let him
kids
have
are
this one. Let him have this one.
survival
Aaron,
kids.
guess it. Guess what the name is.
Oh, please.
Sorry, is it Survival Kids?
Wrong.
Is it?
It's Lost in Blue.
Oh fuck!
So, yeah, Game Boy Color game. Again, you pick which character you want. It's their 10th birthday. Happy days. What would you like to do for your 10th birthday, child of mine? Well, father, you responsible adult, I want to go on a cruise line ship with you, with only the 2 of us staffing it. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Do you know what else is a wonderful idea? What's that, Papa? I've got you a fuck-off Rambo knife for your 10th birthday. I say, oh, that's what I always wanted. A big fuck-off, who drew first blood knife. I will treasure it. Well, that was a nice birthday. Let's go to sleep. Yes, we should go to sleep. I'm bringing my fucking knife to bed. Good idea. While this happens and you're sleeping soundly with your new blade, the fucking boat crashes. Your dickhead dad must have crashed it into an iceberg off the side of a tropical island. It's impossible. The man's a menace. So it crashes. You wash up on the beach. Thankfully, you've got your knife. And what unfolds after this is exploring an island, finding water, finding food by stabbing rabbits in the head with your Rambo knife and eating them raw.
God.
And trying to find a way to either survive on this island or leave it. And you also get a monkey pal,
Yes.
but it doesn't box.
Damn it! The real missed opportunity there. They could have crossed that shit right over, made millions.
Missed opportunity. Konami, they don't know what they're at.
They don't know. Now they're just making pachinko machines and stupid shit. They could be making
If they
gold
made a
mines.
No, they're
survival
making-
kids
they're
pachinko
making
machine, I
games
might import one.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, it'd look great in the living room. It'd tie everything together. But I like this game. Every time you started a new save file, there were berries, there was types of grass, there were mushrooms, and there were about 5 or 6 variations of each, but the effects would randomize every time you started a new game. So you were
Oh.
never sure what did what, so you just had to swallow
amazing.
things and hope you didn't die.
just like real life.
I'm surprised at how this like predates the modern survival genre.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
doing
it's
a
a
lot
shame
of things
too.
they do. Yeah.
This series became the Lost and Blue series on the DS, and it just lost all the charm.
Aw.
It's an awful series. Just went downhill. There's a reason it's not about anymore. But if
Man.
they ever give this the proper remake treatment, this would be a brilliant game.
That's the one I'd buy. I've heard about this game a lot, but I haven't played it myself. I'm going to add it to the list that I just made of games to emulate, along with Monkey Puncher.
Yeah, Monkey Puncher
I've
jumped to the top of the
succeeded
list.
today.
I'm looking at a review for this game on the website IGN.com, and under
What?
features, it says hours of survival quests, battery backup for Game Boy and Game Boy Color, and that's it. That's all the features they listed. And what more could you want in a game?
I love how like right as soon as you started that whole thing, Christopher was just like, "What?"
Who the fuck's IGN? They've just made an enemy this day.
Oh god damn it! Dude.
They gave it a 9 out of 10.
There is a little bit in the game. You can go fishing, but a quick way of going fishing is finding a massive rock or a boulder and just throwing it into the riverbed, and then it stuns all the fish.
Ooh.
So I would like to find Mr. IGN, and I'll get a big rock
Mr.
on his
IGN.
bath, and I will stun him.
Fuck. Oh man, Stone Cold Stunner. That I don't know if you know anything about like American wrestling, but a Stone Cold Stunner.
American wrestling.
American wrestling. Wrestling is only American.
I meant like American wrestlers. My bad. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm delirious. My soda is all gone. The caffeine is worn out. It's been a long day.
When did you start calling it soda?
I've always called it soda.
But we called it pop.
I did call it pop when I was a young pup.
Yeah,
but then I
We called
moved
it
out.
bubbly liquid. When did that change?
We call them beverages, Tommy.
Soft drinks.
Fizzy juice.
Oh yeah, like they do on Peppa Pig. They call it or no. They call it juice on there, but it's always bubbly. I do understand that. But is it?
It's your turn.
Okay.
It's your turn.
The have either of you dudes ever played Deadly Premonition?
Oh yeah.
I watched someone play it.
It's such a fucking weird game. It's definitely like the Twin Peaks of video games for certain. But yeah, you're this FBI agent or whatever, and you're investigating this murder in town with what is it? It's like these kids nailed to these trees or whatever. I think. And it's just like the weird. You know, like that sounds just like any other game, but like there's the weird shit is like you have to eat and sleep at certain intervals. Like you can shave your beard and change your clothes and stuff. And
yeah, I need to get back to this one. I played it when it came out, and I played the sequel that came out on the Switch. Like you had to go out and find ways of making money to pay for your hotel room to progress the story. Yeah, you had a skateboard to get around in the sequel.
Oh my God.
This game when it came out, it's No More Heroes. I remember being two of the first games that kind of broke the fourth wall. Like they keep making movie references in this game and talking about it as if it's a game. Which it's kind of common now, but at the time it's like, oh, wait a minute. York knows he's in a game.
Yeah, there was one part that I'm pretty sure it's just when like it's like toward the beginning of Deadly Premonition where he drinks that cup of coffee, and it's like a direct throwback to Twin Peaks, where I forgot exactly what he says in the game, but like in Twin Peaks he drinks that first cup of coffee and he's like, "Pardon my language, but this is a damn fine cup of coffee." And, yeah, it's just such a weird game, but it's cool that it's backwards compatible on Xboxes now. Yeah, it's on Switch as well too. It's probably one of, I wouldn't say like the most polarizing game out there, because there's a lot of people that hate it and think it's jank, but it's worth experiencing because it's
one of those ones that was nice and niche, and it got lots of praise for being eccentric. And then when people went in to see what all the fuss was about, because they'd missed the boat, they just shat on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You get that
it was definitely a time and place thing.
But it's cool.
I always love an arrogant protagonist. There isn't enough of them about.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He and Kratos will make the best bros. They do another one of those meaty like high fives.
Schlep.
Oh man. Speaking of protagonists,
Yeah, I was wondering what you were going to do with meaty claps.
Have you guys heard of the game Wall Street Kid for the Nintendo? You probably haven't, Christopher, because it never came to Europe.
No, but normally, even if they don't come out over here, thanks to other means, I've normally heard of it, but no, that one's passed me by.
So this is a video game for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Really?
From 1990. Where you were a stockbroker. It's all about trading stocks. A stockbroker gives you $500,000 in seed money, and you need to grow it to $1 million in order to gain a $600 billion inheritance.
What? That's been all over this. I'm just looking at it here.
It's like a one-screen game. There's you just buy and sell stocks, and that's the game.
Oh,
that's it.
Sweet.
What?
Was it good at least?
In the Nintendo Player section of Electronic Gaming Monthly, they described it as it's one of the most unique RPGs that they saw.
Did you read that off of Wikipedia, Thomas?
Yes.
Well, Game Informer wrote that the game featured funny dialogue and addicting nature of money making.
I'm gonna piss my pants.
I only know this game exists because I saw a YouTuber play it, and it was the most boring gameplay I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
and they kept failing over and over again. Eventually, you can acquire a house, or you can go shopping on the weekend. Why is
it's like one of those Kairosoft mobile games with even less frills.
Oh my gosh, with way less frills.
Yeah. Game dev story was fantastic.
Yeah, that was fun. That was the fun time of mobile games before they got all scammy.
I was chatting to Dave from Tales from the Backlog about Yakuza, I think last year.
Yeah.
And it just hit me that I was speaking to somebody on the other side of the globe about a niche game that came from Japan. Fuck, the internet's awesome sometimes.
Right? Isn't it wild? Like the fact that like you're on the other side of the world, we're just talking instantly. I'd have to, if it was 100 years ago, I have to send you a letter and wait a month to hear back from you.
I missed that. At least I could understand him better when he wrote it out.
No, because my handwriting's awful. You'd send a letter back and be like, "What?" That's all it says.
Oh, that American education system. When will you ever learn?
Or okay. This is going way off tangent, but like I always think about before the internet and phones, if you like didn't know something, you just didn't know. Like, what's the tallest building in Ireland?
You just
How would I know? How would anyone know?
Oh well, I would say it is Monet Castle because that's the biggest castle I've ever seen.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to ask you. I'd just be sitting in rural America, being like,
yes,
I guess
sir.
I'll never know.
What the fuck's Monet Castle?
Exactly.
Good piss.
Hi, Aaron.
Yeah, that was really good.
Very quick. Did you wash your hands?
I did not. I'm a man.
This is why we find ourselves in a pandemic.
I'm a man.
Men
I used to have that attitude.
I pissed in my hands and rubbed it into my face.
It
washed wrinkles away.
Hey, there was a baseball player named Moises Alou who did not use batting gloves, and the rumor was that he peed on his hands to make them harder, so that he didn't need to wear gloves.
What the fuck? How does piss make your hands harder?
Ask Moises Alou.
Technically, ammonia does harden skin, but you wouldn't think there'd be enough of it in urine too. Because boxers used to use almond milk whenever they cracked the skin on their knuckles, and that would harden their skin.
Maybe they have like a loose like sandwich bag full of cat piss or something, or like bleach or something.
And if you were going to think something up, strawberries. Strawberries will make my hands stronger. No, it has to be the piss or something.
That's
if
the
you
most.
Get some used crude oil and just soak them in that overnight. Yes.
Fuck.
You'll be able to punch through walls.
God damn it! I can't imagine. What the fuck? That baseball guy sure sounds cool, Tommy.
No, he peed on his hands.
And then he did that big meaty clappy high five.
Yes, with his teammates.
That was read right off Wikipedia, I hope. We should introduce a new segment to the show where we just like read random articles off of Wikipedia.
I did that yesterday. I had a recording, and there is a company over here called Ballymaloo. They make a relish.
Nice.
That most people make for burger, but it's very common. It's an Irish-made one, so everybody's got a jar of it in their house. And I found out that the husband of the duo that made this company was a raging pedophile. Or pedophile, sorry, for you guys. But he paid off. He got caught with 40,000 odd images, but he just paid it off. And there are news articles full of local residents talking about what a nice man he is.
Oh.
I say, this happened 20 years ago. I'd never heard about it. Nobody'd heard about it, but he'd be quite a popular figure. They have cooking schools and some books out. I say,
God damn.
And that was just a random Wikipedia surf before somebody came in to record.
Jeez. Yeah, sounds like a fun time. That's a great idea, Aaron.
Nice light-hearted one for that.
My bad. Well, speaking
it's Christopher's turn.
Yes.
How do I know that? Well, this one I had at the bottom of my list because I was hoping to record about it, but I got stood up by a guest. I don't know if that's ever happened to you.
Let's shame them. I'm just
I'm
going
the one who does the standing up.
I'm going to hit them with my car.
That's just as good.
Mystical Ninja starring Goemon.
Ooh, I like that one. Yes,
I love that one. I didn't when I first seen it. We had a rental store, and if you can picture rental stores back when this game came out, in my area of Ireland, which is very, very rural, there was about 6 N64 games on the shelf.
Oh my god.
And I got in late, and all the N64 games I wanted were gone, and the only one left was Mystical Ninja. And I wasn't too happy about it, because it was this prick with blue hair on the cover, and he looked a bit gimpy. This isn't what I wanted at all. But no games, or a game's better than no games. So I bit the bullet, I brought it home, I wasn't too happy about it. I slotted it into the N64, started it, and got introduced to this Japanese musical video intro that I can hear as I talk now. And I fucking fell in love with it. This was my crash course in Japanese culture. I'm guessing, have either of you played it?
No.
Is it?
I only play good video games.
This is
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I haven't actually played. I've been meaning to play it. I played the SNES one, but I haven't played the N64 one. But I know it looks really good and has a great soundtrack. But
a fantastic soundtrack that has stood the test of time. The game itself, 3D platformer before full camera controls, can get tricky. But if you can power through that sort of technical limitation, this is a fantastic game. I wasn't sure if it was going for humor or it was just badly translated. I think it might have been a mix of both. But some of the lines in this game, it's superb. You play as Goemon. You are the blue-haired guy who runs around with a smoking pipe, cracking people around the skull. I always remember there's a thief, there's a pickpocket in the first town, and you can turn around and crack him in the head, send him on his way, which tickled me at the time. You're talking to guards that don't let you pass doors, and again, it's that meta humor of, once we let you through this door, nobody's going to talk to us again. This is a really small role to have in a video game. It just, everything spoke to me. Yes. Again, one of those weird ones, but
yeah, it sounds and looks awesome. It's been on my in my emulator, my launch box library, so to speak, for a while now.
It is a bit of a difficult one to emulate, but I've got it going nicely on the Steam Deck now.
Another guest with a Steam Deck.
Everybody should have a Steam Deck.
I know.
You had one.
I never had a Steam Deck.
No,
I heard you had a Steam Deck.
No, stop it.
I definitely heard. Was it the last episode I tuned into? You had a Steam Deck.
No,
I swear to God, you had one. You sent me a photo of it. You were like, whatever. Well, I want one.
I want one too because I've never had one.
I'm having a Mandela effect with your Steam Deck. You should give my face, if anything.
We need to pre-screen our guests, and if they have a Steam Deck, they can't be on.
But we all have them. That's what makes us such excellent guests.
We wouldn't have any guests anymore.
Maybe I'll ask one for next Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, by the way. Holy, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yay.
Happy Father's Day. Fathers.
You're a puppy dad.
Yeah, I got two beautiful boys. Beautiful puppy boys.
What about you, Chris? Christopher,
I hate
sorry.
children
Oh my
and
god.
everybody that has them.
Oh shit.
Fornicators. You're ruining the planet. Yes.
This planet has no future.
Well, I didn't know. I just thought he called himself Born Again Punk for the fun of it. I thought it was a catchy nickname.
Oh man. Holy shit. Well, yeah, you said that was the last one on your list.
Yeah, that was the last one. I had a few knockoff titles if we wanted to keep going, but I can feel I've tested your patience this long.
No, you're good, dude.
You have.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Doritos Crash Course, because what the fuck? Like, no one asked for a Doritos fucking Wipeout game, but
I didn't.
hey,
What?
it's there. Doritos Crash Course. on
He
the
made it
360.
sound like a sponsorship, but it was his
Yeah.
next pick.
Crash Course.
The man's a wizard.
It was just like a little, I guess, like obstacle course with your Xbox 360 avatar, and it was sponsored by Doritos or something. I don't know.
They were sponsored by Pepsi. They were furious.
They're like, you did this all wrong.
Pepsi doesn't begin with a D.
Dempsey.
Pepsi?
Clint Dempsey?
Burritos. Oh man, we need to stop.
Oh man,
Pepito.
I can't believe I didn't think about this game. We've been basically talking about it all episode with our big meaty handshakes, our big sweaty slappy handshakes.
Glover.
We need to talk about wrestling with emotions.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like Gears of War or something. But that
No,
sounds
wrestling
cool.
with emotions. Apparently they're making a sequel, which I didn't know about until right now. So wrestling with emotions, you can play on itch.io, which is fun.
That's a
Or
good one.
itch.io. I don't know how people say it. But you create a wrestler, you create your character, a big buff wrestler, and you can design him however you want, and then you speed date. You speed date other wrestlers.
Oh.
And you got to find a wrestler to match to go on a date with.
That's
There's-
cool.
There's an advanced arousal system that keeps track of how other wrestlers feel about you.
Wake
Oh my
those
God.
nipples.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm looking at it on Steam, and they've got a
tons of
hell
nipples.
of nips, dude. And there's
Amazing
There's
nipples.
a little Chihuahua guy called Demo Dog.
Chewing those.
Dude, those do look chewy. Those are really chewy nips, dude.
Gosh, when did I play this originally? This is like really old, and I want to say I was in college when I played it, and I picked who I wanted to go out on a date with at the end, and they said no, and I was like, this is the most realistic game I've ever played.
I like how there's a character
Just
named
tombstones my heart.
There's a character named Irresistible Steve. Dude, you said is it free on itch.io?
It looks like it's $3.
Oh, I'd pay that. I'm gonna play this. Now
It's,
there's like
it's
fucking
wonderful. It's just a joy.
There's 5 games that I need to play now. Holy shit.
It's super short. It's not long or complex, but it's just fun to be a big beefy wrestler looking for another beefy wrestler to date.
I hope I get paired up with Irresistible Steve. If not, I'm quitting the game
Irresistible Steve.
immediately.
Oh my gosh, Cuddle Mania instead of WrestleMania.
Oh my fucking god, yes.
Is that it? Is that all the weird games? Anyone have any last calls?
Yeah, Chris, do you have a shot? I'm sorry, Christopher. Oh my god.
Christopher.
I'm
Guys.
so sorry, dude.
It's Greg. Yeah,
Christopher's short for Greg.
my list, I had Typing of the Dead or Typewriter, a game called Everything, just because
Oh yeah,
every time it goes on sale on Steam, I laugh my
Hilarious.
whole off.
yeah, same.
Feudal Joe, WarriorWare, Spore, just because you could make a pile of alien willies. No More Heroes, Mr. Mosquito, Seaman
Mr.
and Hey You
Mosquito.
Pikachu, Metopia, Horace, Deadly
I also had
Premonition,
WarioWare on
Covered,
my
Disco
list.
Elysium, Odama,
Oh, did we talk about
that-
Seaman?
Uh-oh.
If you catches your fancy. Do you like Seaman?
I'm talking about the Dreamcast game, not the bodily fluid, but I do enjoy the bodily fluid. Not a big fan of the Dreamcast game.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Fluid.
Let me look it up on
How long do you
Wikipedia
think
quick.
it would take you to fill a fish tank with your own bodily fluid?
Are you
Quite
talking
a
about like
while.
just semen or like every bodily fluid? 'Cause I'm pretty sure I could fill that motherfucker up in like a day.
Well, say one, then the other. How quickly do you think you could do with all, and then one with just your excited urine?
Excited urine.
I'm pretty sure I could fill it with a pretty good amount of blood, and then just eat a bunch of cookies and get that all back, and then
Yeah.
I pee a lot too. I don't know. Hey, we're a Super Pod Saga. Hey.
Cool. So where are we at now? Are we done?
Yeah, I
think
was
so.
just going through the list and boring you, so yeah.
No, you're not
I
boring.
don't know how you pronounce this one. Kandagawa Jet Girls.
That
And-
sounds cool.
That sounds right. I
Yeah.
don't speak Japanese, but that sounds right.
Oh, why, thank you. As Americans, you're renowned for your knowledge of other
Oh, man.
language.
We love speaking other languages here in America.
This, in one of my Discord groups, was a running joke. It was going to replace our Mario Kart nights. It's like Double Dash, but with jet skis and anime girls that have wetsuits that fall off whenever they get hit by water, which doesn't happen a lot on a jet ski, you'd imagine. So one drives and the other has like a super soaker that tries to shoot the other racers.
What? No.
I'm not making this up. It's an
I
actual game. I think it's based on a show.
That
Oh,
sounds awesome.
Okay, that sounds right.
And after that, we had Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
Yes!
Yes, so we could make a joke about Yuji Naka.
Billy Hatcher!
It's the opening theme tune.
Oh man.
Forever stuck in my head.
I keep trying to make jokes about Billy Hatcher on Twitter and no one cares.
Oh no, there's one
That's
person
not
that
Billy
cares.
Hatcher's fault. That's your fault.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Our man,
You're right.
Night of the Living podcast. He knows. He knows Billy Hatcher.
I
He's a
just
fan.
love this era of Sega, most ironically because they were on Nintendo, but you had Skies of Arcadia, the Phantasy Star Online, Sonic Adventure, that really acid bright visual. I think
yeah.
Billy
Oh my God,
Hatcher's like a perfect example of that. And then
and
after
then,
that, I only had Killer 7 because I didn't want to list off a pile of Steam games under the hentai tag or Sexy Hitler.
Sexy Hitler. Oh, what about we talked about this on another episode, but the Colonel Sanders dating sim.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. That was a good game. I ended up in a black hole.
I remember that. Yeah.
Well, that's the aim of all dating games.
Yeah.
Let
yeah.
alone Colonel Sanders, man. That's how the Colonel would want it.
That's where they get the chicken from, is black holes.
Holy shit. I know it's just a big joke, but I really wish the KF console was a thing. Like 4K, 120 FPS, chicken warmer. Dude.
The tray, yeah.
Oh my god.
Man, the website's still up like it's going to exist.
We should email them and be like, hey, we at Super Pod Saga will be what's the word I'm looking for? Like the spokespeople for the
Affiliate.
KF console. Yeah, there we go. For every
What is
KF
it?
console.
Anybody that shakes a can of G Fuel in my face, I just go, you're a prick. But if somebody came up and just took a basket, like an air fryer of Kentucky Fried Chicken, just brought it to the camera. In between matches, I like to get finger licking good. And I say, oh yeah, I could buy that. I'm into that. How many herbs and spices? Oh yeah.
Forget protein powder and creatine. The only workout fuel you need is this Nashville hot chicken, buddy.
That's the games? That's the weird games?
That's the weird games.
That's the weird games, everyone.
Woo.
You heard it here.
Yeah, woo.
Check if you think of other weird games that we missed. Where can people tell us? Where can people yell at us, Aaron?
We're mostly on Twitter. I try to use Instagram, but people just can't fucking read the captions I put on there, so I gave up. Same with TikTok. They could also go to superpodsaga.com, and we have a contact tab. You can type up some message there, and that's it.
That's it. Where can people find you to yell at you, Christopher?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll find you. Any luck for me.
That's good. So yeah, I get to pick the topic next week.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to talk about the games with the best replayability.
Ooh,
Whether
awful
that's
topic.
Shut up. Whether
Glad
it's
I made this one. Next week's gonna suck.
stop yelling at the guest, Tommy.
He's hurting my feelings.
Good. It's the only way he'll get better.
It's like my dad all over again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Whether it's a new game plus or like a game that you can just play over and over again, we're going to talk about the best replayability in games. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hip. It's going to be happening. You can look forward to that. And you can check out Christopher's podcast, the What the Fuck Do You Want podcast, on podcasts wherever they're found. Go to superpodsaga.com and keep listening to our podcast. Listen to all the podcasts. Thanks for listening today to Superstars. You're wonderful. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.